Hello, and welcome to the University of California and California State University breakout session. First, we're going to go over the UC systems. So the UC application opened on August 1st, and the deadline is December 2nd. There is a 3.0 minimum GPA from your academic courses 10th through 12th grade. That's required just to apply, and it's an $8 application fee per campus, and the SAT test and the ACT test are not required. UC costs. So it costs about $14,000 per year for tuition and fees. For room and board or room and meals, it's anywhere from $16,000 to $18,000 per year. We've also linked here some UC frequently asked questions. These housing and meal plan range here of $16,000 to $18,000 per year really varies across all different campuses and depends on which meal plan you select. Some students only have breakfast and dinner, for example, or some will only have breakfast. So it really just depends on what your plan is. The University of California has 9 undergraduate campuses across California. They are very, very competitive. They're research-focused institutions. Again, no test scores are required for the SAT and ACT. The UC application is your scholarship and fee waiver application, so it's all in one already. As part of the application process, students need to complete 4 out of the 8 total personal insight questions, which we will talk about in a little bit. No letters of recommendation are required unless requested after the application deadline. So possibly from Berkeley or UCLA. And most schools are on the quarter system, except for Berkeley and Merced. UC personal insight questions. So there are 8 total questions for students to choose from. We also have linked the personal insight question guide here for students and parents. Each response is limited to a max of 350 words. So students should really be selecting questions thoughtfully to see where they can apply a lot of their experience, their growth, where they can highlight different aspects about themselves. And all questions are equal, so it's not like question 5 is worth more than question 1. So it's all in how the student answers the question. All are given equal consideration in the application review process, and there is no right or wrong way to answer these questions. So it's really the opportunity for the UCs to get to know you, your personality, your background, your interests, and what you can bring to their campuses, and really get to hear your unique voice through these answers. Here are the 8 UC personal insight questions. So for example, think about an academic subject that inspires you. Describe how you have furthered this interest inside and or outside of the classroom. Another example, number 3, what would you say is your greatest talent or skill? And how have you developed and demonstrated that talent over time? So as you can see, they are very different. So again, it really takes some time for a student to read them and really reflect about how they can highlight different aspects of themselves that really maybe weren't highlighted through the classes that they were taking or their GPA. So this gives the UC system like an additional piece of information when considering for admissions. There are, however, 13 factors total that the UCs have in order to evaluate and make decisions on admissions. So it's not only GPA and A through G completed coursework, but it's also the quality of the student's senior year schedule, the quality of their academic performance relative to educational opportunities that were available to them at their high school, marked improvement, special talents or achievements or awards, academic accomplishments, in light of, life experiences or special circumstances. So they really look at the whole student when considering them for admissions. The CSU system, California State University, application opens on October 1st. So very soon. The deadline is also December 2nd, and a 2.5 minimum GPA is needed just to apply. There is an $80 application fee per campus, and also the SAT and the ACT are not required. And in that map there, you can see the various UC campuses across California. The CSU system costs about $6,700 per year, and room and board or room and meals are anywhere from $11,000 to $16,000 per year. Again, these numbers vary on individual campuses and depending on the meal plans that you plan to get. So the California State University has 23 campuses. These are research campuses. And also, we want to make sure students can research these campuses before they submit their applications to make sure that they have the major that they're looking for, their area of study. No test scores are required for the SAT or the ACT. There is also the application fee waiver embedded within the application. We've linked here the freshman application guide that can help walk you through various parts of the CSU application. And we also wanted to discuss impaction and what that means. So when you hear that a course is impacted in the CSU system, that means that the number of qualified applicants is greater than the number of available spaces that they have at their campus. So these are all of the campuses where majors are impacted across their campuses. So Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, Cal State Fullerton, Cal State LA, Long Beach, San Diego State University, and San Jose State University. The California State University application tips. So we have some tips here for you to have ready when you are ready to apply. Like Ms. Geis was saying in the main session or initial session, is that you can launch your UC and or CSU application portal through CCGI. So you kind of just have to go to one place. So you'll need an unofficial transcript, for example, your social security if you have one, your citizenship status, either a PayPal account or a credit card to pay for the application waiver, the fee. And then on this side, you'll see that we have some top 5 do's and don'ts for our freshmen filling out the application for the first time. So one big one is don't start your application late. Instead, take your time and submit early to avoid stress. You don't want to be applying to a university campus the day before the deadline because, there could be Wi-Fi issues, or it could be that you're getting close to the end of the application and then you can't hit submit. So by really allowing yourself the time to apply, it'll just avoid a whole lot of stress. Another one that we'd like to recommend to all of our students is to please use a professional email when applying, so that this way students can log in and just to create, like a whole new email just for college applications and for FAFSA, so that this way when they log in, they don't have important messages dug deep into their inbox. They can just see them quickly because application deadlines are very, very strict. They're very steadfast. So we want to make sure students do not miss out on amazing opportunities because of a deadline from the campuses. So again, you can launch your UC and CSU applications through CCGI. The transcripts will also are also uploaded. So when the student starts to launch their applications, it will auto-populate a lot of the classes, but we still want our students to be able to double check everything to make sure that there are no inaccuracies. If there are, the student can go ahead and change what needs to be fixed because the campuses will request an official transcript anyway. So we just want our students to know to please, please, please double check that everything transfers correctly. Thank you so much. And let us know if you have any questions or concerns. I also want to remind you that we have our college and career specialist, Ms. Cajero, that is also here to support in the library. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.